You're gonna make me read now. I can tell by how the scene is set up. Ready to go? Okay, then let's go. How we go on from here? I got completely turned around in those sparking tunnels, and then the joyride down these rapids. I've got to say, I absolutely no sparking clue where we are. You needn't worry on that count. Commander Isud provided us with the necessary topographical data. Oh, nice! Legend! All the water that runs from the Orion Mountains makes it difficult terrain. Actually, rather than constantly checking the data and explaining myself, I think I'd better just tell you where to go. Yeah, sounds good. Lead the way. Totes! We have every faith in you, Tyon. This is the bottom of the waterfall. Let's see if we can get to the middle levels first. Should we aim to get above Colony LAMBDA? Basically, yes. To get to the middle levels, we need to head up and around. Got it. Departure time! Did you get to say everything you wanted to say to Commander Isud in the end? More or less. Well, okay, that's good. Let's go.
Hey, can we take 5?
No, we cannot take 5. We're just getting started, unless you really want to, because there is a campsite right here. And maybe there's things we need to do? Oh no, come on, no, well, hold on, yeah, we need to get some food in us. We need to continue leveling up our classes, which means we need to hop in here. And let's see what dishes we've got available to us. Actually, you know what? Something we need to do is we need to go in there and check out their canteen and see if they've got any new recipes for us. We're going to go ahead and make this one with a single silver coin. Mmm. Delicious. That's going to boost everything for us a wee bit. And I don't know if we have anything to discuss. Yeah. In that case, we'll head out. I'm going to come back here later and interact with... Okay, well, that was concerning. What was that? Did that make it onto the recording? The weird stuttering and the audio glitches? That's deeply, deeply concerning. Don't like to see that. What I was going to say is, I'll return here at a later date, and I will go ahead and more thoroughly explore this region, the Orion Tunnels. What I'm thinking about doing is going all the way back to Colony 9, and doing everything there is to do in Colony 9, and then, you know, at some point during the game, and then progressing one colony at a time, and one region at a time, and just doing everything that kind of presents itself to us. And I figured, you know, that might make an interesting video, series of videos. The only reason I say singular video is because I just edited episode 8 of this series, and it was 2 hours long. I like to talk about where I am in the editing process, and the only unfortunate thing is that you folks, by the time you hear me talk about it, you'll be so many more episodes, like so much more will have happened, all the information will be entirely out of date. But I guess if I was going to say anything, what I would say is, I made a decision that I was going to do things a little bit differently again. So you might remember earlier I was talking about how I'm going to have much more of a focus on doing one thing at a time, and sticking to that one thing and not letting myself get distracted. And that's been good. Been doing good at that. But then I've also decided, you know what? If there's a lot of things... I don't want several episodes in a row of me doing the same thing. You know? So when it came to episode 8, it was shaping up to be 3 separate episodes, all kind of centered around Colony 4. And I said, you know what? We could just make one episode. We'll make it the Colony 4 episode. We'll make it the Silvercoat Ethel episode. We'll have it split into 3 parts, and then we'll kind of have it all as... Oh, hold on, this is not the direction we need to be going in. We'll kind of have it all as its own 2-hour-long epic. And, I mean, I haven't edited any episodes since episode 8. It's the last one that I edited, but I can't imagine that I'm going to change that at any time soon. In fact, I think that that's definitely going to be how I continue to edit these. That's going to be the new meta for this series, is we go to a region... We spend 3 hours there. That's one video, because it's all you know, one sort of singular story being told. And yeah, maybe the videos won't perform as well. I mean, to be fair, they haven't.
The Great Falls, huh? Could we get there by clambering up Colony LAMBDA?
Maybe you and Sen are good.
I was going to say, these videos, I don't make them to perform well. First off, if I wanted these videos to get a lot of views, and that was sort of a really big priority for me, I'd be putting them on the Howdy Folks gaming channel, the main channel, as opposed to the secondary channel. So, I mean, I love making them, and it's important for me to make them, and I'm glad people enjoy watching them. But my main goal is to create, you know, I mean, I've had to ask myself a lot of questions about why am I doing this and what do I hope to achieve. And for me, I'm making the Let's Plays because I enjoy making the Let's Plays, and some people enjoy watching them, and I'm happy about that. If you enjoy watching these, I'm glad to hear it. But I'm recording everything I do because I need the footage for making videos about the games, and I enjoy the process of recording commentary. I like to see the videos come out. I like to see people comment on them, so it's mostly because I want to do it. But then none of that really has to do with video length. So, you know, when it comes to why a video would be a certain length or why I would make it a certain length, that is sort of an entirely different issue that isn't really related to why I'm making the Let's Plays, you know, my enjoyment of it or the benefit to it. It's this whole other equation, and since I'm not making them to be performant, it's like, okay, well then what am I making them for? You know, if that's not a focus, what should the focus be? And I think just telling a cohesive story, telling a cohesive narrative. If I'm gonna be doing like that, because it's two separate arguments, right? The why I'm doing it and the how I'm doing it, and all of that is one thing. But then just coming down to the very simple question of how do I structure the episode? I could make them all 10 minutes long, I could make them all 30, I could make them all 3 hours. Because there's not an incentive to get a bunch of views on them and sort of try to gain the algorithm, it really does mean I can do whatever I want to. And for me, telling a singular cohesive narrative over a course of time, that's sort of what's taken priority for me. I hope this is all making sense. I've not really thought about it in a linear fashion. I've thought about it in my head in a sort of like, this makes sense to me through flashes of images and sounds. And I've not had to explain it to anyone. But yeah, I think that because it's not my goal to create a series that is going to work well with the algorithm and bring in lots of views. I mean, this channel's not even monetized, so more videos is more revenue, right? Not really, not for me. So it really is genuinely at this point just about, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to create these longer videos because it tells an interesting story. It feels more cohesive. And for that reason alone, I think that these guys are really high level and we want to avoid them. And you know, that reason alone is the only justification I need. But I do want to explain. I did want to explain to you why, starting on episode 8, the videos became longer. And I'm not saying they're all going to be 2 hours, because I haven't edited any of the other ones, so I don't really know how they're going to turn out. Some might be shorter if the story to be told in them is something that is told over the course of 30 minutes, and then the next bit of footage is in a completely different place, dealing with completely different characters, completely different activities, and it doesn't make sense for them to all be one story. You know, with 8, I went into the Denag Desert, and I knew that footage, eventually I would end up in Colony 4 again, and I was like, well, do I make that all one video? But no, I feel like the shift to the Denag Desert and then into the Ruby Flats and all that is a different, it's a different chapter. That's a dragon? That is a dragon. We're all seeing the dragon, right? No one's missing out on the dragon. I'm gonna stop talking about the behind-the-scenes mental politics of video creation so that we can all draw attention to the fact that, first off, all right, great Knucklehawks over here, Uni, has found her dead corpses, not mentioning it to anyone. Secondly, there is a dragon. I know, I haven't given up on the Knucklehawks thing, and I'm not giving up on Uni either, because I feel like this is important information. This is a dragon! Are we not going to acknowledge it until we get to that particular point? Are we all very nearsighted? Or would that be farsighted? I can't actually recall. Also, we could have gotten up here from down there? What is down there? We'll have to go down there later and find out. For right now, I guess we're going to maybe hopefully address the dragon. Yeah, swords out, gang. It's just a combat encounter? Are we going to acknowledge this? Does anyone want to say anything about this? Is this the way of the game, like, gating us? Is this the game's way of saying if you can't defeat a level 30 dragon, you can't go any further? You need to go back and help out some of the colonies and figure some things out because you're not ready for this yet. If that's the case, I'm here for it. It is called the Umber Dragoo, which is weird. It's so big that maneuvering around behind it to do a back attack takes so much time. Okay, so we currently have an interlink level of 3, so we're going to go into this form, and then we're going to initiate our chain attack, and I'm going to try to remember how this works. So we want to do this. Greatly increases damage ratio and fully heals all allies. Not helpful, because we're at the end of the fight, so I probably should have picked a different pair, but it's too late. It does a lot of damage, though, I guess, so that's something. Okay, yeah, we've killed it, so it was worth it in the end. We would have killed it otherwise, I think, just doing a normal series of attacks. But we get everybody back! And now we're going to do the other one, which I think that ends it, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so would we not simply do this? So... and then we'll get 150 on Mio's attack. 150%, I should say. Which is unnecessary at this point. Or, sorry, 125 even. But then after that, I think this ends it. So we might as well go with an attacker. The reason to go defender, or whatever you call this, I think it is defender, is because that would guarantee that the characters with the highest TP are the ones you get back, but if we're at the end, it doesn't matter. Let's go for 200. Let's not get there quite. Let's just kiss 192. And every time I get to the end of these, I'm like, okay, I could have done better. I know the steps I should have taken to do better. And then I do another one, and I'm not really doing all that much more, or doing all that much different.
Would you just die already?
It's so cruel that we've just murdered a dragon that's just kind of hanging out and not doing anything.
Hey, can we do something about this sparking noise?
How would I know? Just cancel the interlink or something, I guess.
It only starts after an extended period, after our bodies start to heat up.
To me, it sounds like a warning for something.
A warning? What do you think will happen if we leave it?
I don't have much desire to find out.
Think it's something dangerous?
Well, I mean...
Well, it can't be anything fun. You
it
expect
overheats.
balloons and confetti with that noise.
Maybe not.
Here we go again. Buckle up for confusion, everyone.
Jay.
Looks
Is he Jay because his name is
backfired on you,
Yorn?
didn't it?
Does everyone's
Better
letter
be prepared for the consequences.
connect to their first name?
Really? I was only interested in putting in an appearance. You're making it sound like I took some huge risk.
Oh, come on now, guys. Jay's been on the bench all this time. I get why he might be a little stimulated by a bit of drama.
Well, it was pretty dramatic, I'll give you that.
You seem pleased with yourself.
N wants to see you.
Does he now?
Would N be Noah?
Is it our turn to shine?
I don't know. I've got zero idea what's going on.
Wait, was that O and P?
sometimes.
As in N-O-P? As in
I'm
L-M-N-O-P?
sure N could tell you.
They're doing some
Not
fun
that you
games here
should
with the
have,
alphabet.
obviously.
What could it be? I do hope it's something fun. Let's be off, though.
Right, yo.
Have a good one.
Explain yourself. Stop laughing, you little goober. I'm furious. I'm frustrated. Confused. I'm concerned. I'm conflicted. I'm confident that it'll all be explained, but I'm starting to feel a little crazy. Cooking might help take my mind off things. Get control of the situation. Conducting a chorus could conceivably create a sense of contentedness. I'm just going for a bunch of C words. Are you tired? A bit. The last monster was really something. But I can deal with it. Yes, well, in the last battle we all overused our Ouroboros abilities. I want to avoid interlinking again for a while. Good shout. Couldn't we keep going just without interlinking? That comes with its own risks. Small, but risks nonetheless. I'm just asking you to keep it in mind. Sure, whatever. Shall we find somewhere to have a quick rest, then? It appears there should be a good place to take a break up ahead. We'll regroup once we get there. Roger that, boss. Whoa. Now hold on a minute. Okay, so there's a Kavesi airdrop. Is that like literally right there? In that case, we'll go grab it. But now wait a minute. Everyone's seeing that, right? The apartment building,
Supply drop, right?
or whatever that is. Is that from Moratha? Where would that be? That, I mean, it's such a very specific construction. I see this here too as well. This looks like some sort of fossilized, possibly Titan, like one of the little ones. Oh no, Gramps! I don't think it's Gramps. But that is something we need to go look at immediately. I know that I said I wouldn't allow myself to get, like, you know, tricked off the beaten path, but this'll take 2 seconds. It's not even that far away. I'm gonna have to beat these guys up. They are level 36. But we're level 34, so this ought to be a walk in the park. None of his companions are coming to help him. It's just all of us versus him, and none of them seem to even care. I didn't even try to lure him over here. They just don't care. See, now we're attacking this one, but not because they attacked us. I think it's just because we decided to start attacking. I think we could leave these other two alone, potentially. The container is locked. Okay, I mean, we'll kill everyone around it, I guess, but I don't feel like it's necessary. They don't seem to be bothering us any. This has just been very confusing to me. Look, if I walk in front of this guy, will he attack me? There we go. Maybe they're like a squad of specifically deaf and nearsighted soldiers? That would be strange, though. Why would you do that? I mean, it's fine for them to be on the battlefield, but you need to put people around them who can, like, point and say, go. Okay, well, that was the strangest group of soldiers I've ever met. None of them seemed particularly interested in attacking us or helping their friends when being attacked by us. So I don't really know if they were long for this world anyway. Also, are we canonically killing them? Because we never send them away with our little flute. Are we just beating them up until they run away and the game can't be bothered showing that? We got a bunch of stuff. I really need to look through... Oh, ether cylinder. That's unfortunate. Oh, well... Wait. When is that going to be counted? I thought we already had 99 ether cylinders. Oh, you know what? We used some in the mine, and I guess I never replenished. So that's what that must be. And we're going to continue our trek across Noctilum. Heading towards what definitely appears to be an apartment building or an office space. Again, that's not unusual. Those were in Moratha, but I thought all of Moratha was destroyed at the end of 2. I mean, spoiler alert, to make way for, you know, the new world that was being created. I don't know why I'm worried about spoiling 2. I think I've pretty openly spoiled 2 multiple times throughout the course of this Let's Play, and I will continue to. I guess just quick warning, throughout the remainder of this Let's Play adventure, I will spoil 1 and 2 frequently. Alright, in fact, I'm going to be spoiling 1 and 2 every 2 minutes. So start your timer, don't start your timer. I'm not really going to do that. This is definitely the fossilized rocky remains of... What is that up there? See, I keep getting to... Oh! That's unfortunate! Nope, let's go! Don't want to fight a budding Francis. If we can climb our way back up there, I'll be just as content. Jeez, a budding Francis. No one ever wants to meet a Francis when they're in the process of budding, let me tell you. Are you referring to the office building? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you referring to the ruins of what was clearly a Titan? Possibly. I don't know what it was, Lance. I've got a lot of questions! There's a lot of things around here in Noctilum I don't understand. We're just gonna keep calling it that too, by the way. Titan Rock Camp. Yeah, see, it's even called Titan Rock. Maybe we'll have a discussion about it here.
Do people have to make so much noise?
I mean, they don't have to. Does it cause you some level of distress? Can we craft gems? We haven't crafted gems in a while. One thing I learned while I was on vacation is that you don't have to create the level 1 of a gem if you already have everything you need to create like a higher version. So even if... Okay, so like right now we don't have any fleshy, bland petals. But if we did, we could go straight to 2 of Brimming Spirit. Or 3, or 5, etc., 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 all the way up to 10 if we had 99 gold Nopon coins, which we do not. See, we could create Steel Cleaver 1, not 2, but we could create 3, but not 4. So... Increase attack by 30. That could be useful. This would be a good one for healers. It reduces aggro generation when using arts by 22%. And it looks like that is the best version that we can create so far, unless we want to use gold Nopon coins. I don't really know how to go about finding more gold Nopon coins. I think they're a bit more rare than the silver ones, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then also we'll go ahead and build this one, which increases attack by 30. That's Steel Cleaver 3. Not necessarily planning on using either of those immediately, but I figured it would be worth having them in our arsenal. And I think we're done here. Oh wait, did we actually rest? I think the game wants us actually to click the button that says rest.
I'm dead on my feet.
Hopefully they'll discuss the building in the background. Or the Titan.
Ah, there you are. I don't want to mither, but aren't you on tent duty today?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'll head back in.
What?
Huh?
It's all finished.
Huh?
We already packed it all up.
Then what was the point of telling me? Don't you have better things to do?
Hey, you owe us one. I'm just joking. Are you okay?
What do you mean, okay?
These last few days, it's been a lot, right?
That's why you're concerned?
Yeah, you got it. We were worried. Your problems are our problems. Just because someone says they're doing okay, doesn't mean everything actually is fine with them.
You know, there's a word for people like you. Busybodies, all of you.
Now, Tyrant, that is completely uncalled for. Huh?
You two really must be bored stiff. Good grief.
Everyone needs to let off steam.
Is my life that entertaining to you? I'll allow it.
Hey, that watch.
Our lifetimes run for 10 years only. But this pocket watch has already lived for longer than that, by being passed from Nimwe's hands to mine. What Guernica said to us on that battlefield. I don't know what you made of it exactly, but frankly, to me, it was a load of nonsense. Not even enough to push us together. But that's changed. If Nimwe's life is represented by her dreams, then in remembering those, I carry her life with me. Perhaps now, I can give a purpose to my life. She'd live on if I were to pass her dreams on to others, right?
Heavy.
Also, I've done some thinking. If I had just, say, 10 more years, no, even 5, with just a bit of borrowed time, how many more memories could I fit inside this little pocket watch?
And that's why you're here now?
That's half of it.
What's the other half then?
Oh, well... In fact, just forget it.
Oh, come on. You've already told us that much. Might as well give us the whole story.
This is just not the place or time for it. That's all.
Lame. Still, it was a nice chat. Dreams in objects. Huh?
What?
Thanks, Tyon. We came here to cheer you up a bit and got food for thought instead.
Oh, sure. Anytime.
Neo.
That was an odd little Mio, wasn't it? Listen, everyone at camp. I would like to draw your attention as your tour guide, first off, to the very large Titan. Which one is this? And then the building up ahead? Has no one else looked up there and noticed this? This group has the strangest knack for just not acknowledging things.
To exit the Great Falls area. If you're having a hard time, Mimi, I'll be more than happy to carry you.
She will do it, and she'd be good at it. She's got the strength for it. To be fair, we did acknowledge the existence of the large dragon. No, wait, no, that was after we engaged with it. Well, to be fair, though, we did acknowledge the big building. If by acknowledged we mean, you know, I think it was Lan said, "What's that?" and then no one responded. I'm not really sure if that classifies as acknowledging something, does it? Also, don't think that I was going to let this combat go by without acknowledging that we've got Ruffian Hawkses, which might be our new thing. I don't know, Knuckle Hawks, though. Knuckle Hawks is still great. Oh man, I love the Knuckle Hawks. Ruffian Hawks, though. That's pretty good too. I love the weird names of creatures in this. They could have just put deer and squirrels in the game, and they said, no, make them weird. It's kind of like Avatar, where, for whatever reason, you know, by which I mean The Last Airbender, not the blue people, we don't affiliate ourselves with rip-off budget Pocahontas in space. I mean, rip-off budget, it makes it sound like a cheap production. It's obviously very expensive. I don't know, it's not very original, is it? It's okay. That's how I would describe it, at best. It's okay. If you love it, that's fine. Good for you, I guess. But what was I saying? Oh, The Last Airbender, where they said we could just make these penguins, but what if they had, you know, 6 arms? We could just make this a bear, but what if it was a moose bear? They did a lot of really fun, weird stuff like that. Also, looky there. That's just a building. That's just a thing there that exists. That's just another thing over there. Is that an abandoned Hulk? Okay, we're going to break our rules real quick. And we're going to... Nah, we're not. Because that means I have to swim through all those monsters and probably have to fight them. The game wants me to progress that way. I want to see what happens if we get close to this facility. If we're going to detour for anything, we're going to detour for this building. Because I've got to know what, if anything, is happening over here. I suppose now that I'm up closer to it... See, Morardane, this doesn't look like anything in Morardane. That's not what I was about to say. What I was going to say is they did have some more advanced sort of architecture. They had factories and things. So it's not impossible that one of the other Titans maybe would have a civilization capable of building something akin to this. But I don't think that they did. This looks like it's straight out of Martha. Maybe... not really. See, I was even going to say maybe Alchemoth-ish, but not really. Not really that either. Alchemoth didn't really have this sort of a vibe to it. I don't know what this is. This is, it looks Morithian. It looks like it came from Morith. And now, spoilers for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles, and the entire franchise. Morith is Earth. It is the world that existed before Klaus started his interdimensional experimentation nonsense and cooked the world, more or less. It's the remains below the Cloud Sea in 2. That's what Morith is. And this looks Morithian.
What kind of place is this?
It's COTTE Outlook, obviously. What kind of place is this? We're just, like, no one is interested in even acknowledging this building being here. It doesn't really look like we can progress any further into it. Those are hard borders on the map right now that we're looking at. We can't get further. It looks like we might be able to go that way and possibly behind. Look, folks, I said we would, you know, stay on the straight and narrow. I feel like my goal of moving up the waterfall has now been succeeded. And I can comfortably explore around here a bit more. That's what we're doing now. New chapter! Unless we already did a new chapter when I said I was going to go over here and explore this. But if I didn't, new chapter! It's a chapter where we just sort of explore what's up here at the top of the waterfall. So this looks like the remains of maybe a previous giant thing. You know what I'm trying to get across here. You know what I'm struggling to say. That looks like a waterfall that might have a secret behind it. Oh my gosh, there is a barrel on the screen, and it is in the direction of the waterfall. It looks like we're at the wrong level for it, but is that only because... Oh my gosh, game. Come on, give me this. Give me this! Game. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Okay, well, the Cascade Hulk. Yep, we found that. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry, you need me to do what now? Bring me that here. Defeat the monsters dwelling around the Ferronis Hulk. I'm sorry? There's so many of them, though. Are we sure that's entirely necessary? I mean, okay. Come here, you. I'm gonna kill you. Maybe we don't have to kill all of them. Maybe there is just an invisible number that we need to reach, and eventually the game will say, yes, you've done good. Congratulations. We're gonna let you go early. Go claim that Hulk. Wait, what? Watch this! Oh my gosh, I forgot we could do that to move quickly. Oh, we are 30 hours into this game? That was one of the things explained really early on in combat? Oh no. All that time I've spent wandering around saying ridiculous things like, lol, it's gonna be hard to get behind this one. This is an embarrassment. I'd like to apologize on behalf of myself to everyone. Everyone come over here. Okay, now focus. Oh, dang it. They're all coming. All right, let's go. Swimming up to this side of the waterfall certainly seems to reveal that yet again, the developers have decided to disappoint me and put nothing back there. But also there's a second level that we cannot reach. So it doesn't look like we can go this way to get behind that city, but maybe just by naturally progressing the plot, we will get back there eventually. And the game will be like, surprise! It was never Moritha or any of your other guesses. It's actually the ruins of New LA! What a wacky twist! But it won't be that. That would be silly. I feel like if anything, this world is becoming Mira. Right, like this is the past of Mira. It can't, because that makes no sense. In the world of the game, it doesn't, unless there's some weird like dimensional traveling nonsense, and there's two Earths that have more or less the same first, 21st century, well, longer than that, but you get it. Like, human history is exactly the same all the way up to the 21st century, and then in one of them, you have the whole situation with the Sumerians and the ghosts and the war over Earth and all of that, as you get with X. And the other one, you've got, like, Klaus and all of that happening. Like, that would be what it has to be. It would have to be that sort of a situation. And that's possible. I don't even know why I'm saying it like that's not what's happening, because it's ridiculous that that would be the case. It's perfectly reasonable, really, in the sort of nonsense world of this game. Okay, Noah just ranked up. We're going to swap out his class. So he just learned how to be a heavy guard. It looks like he has maybe not quite completed the top row. But that's because he went down here and like played around becoming a guardian commander for a bit. We're going to have him become an ogre now, and then he'll have the top row completed, which is a lot of fun. Eventually we'll be able to level all of these up to 20, which is nuts, and we'll get new master arts, but that's something to worry about later. It's going to take him a really long time. This is a D. It's going to take him a really long time, but he can do it. It automatically gave him steel cleavers. That's why I wanted to get that, because I assumed the game would do a pretty good job of dynamically swapping in the gems. Now, right now, I'm realizing that we don't have any... Oh, this is bad. We don't have any defensive classes. But Senna and Mio are close to leveling up, so is Uni. So we're not going to have any defensive classes for a minute. I guess what we could do is we could switch out our heroes for a moment. Do we have any defender class heroes, though? We do! We do. We have Dutiful Xeon. We'll do that. Or is it Xion? I've forgotten. It's been so long since I've seen him. It could be... I think it was Xeon, because I was making Xenon Girl of the 21st Century jokes last time he was around. So we'll have him in the party. And that'll give us at least a defender. Again, it's only a couple more levels, and we can swap some of the characters around. And as long as we don't get into any sort of real, serious, tough battles that require, you know, us to have a good party with decent strategy, these guys are a walk in the park. We've almost killed this one already, so I don't imagine it's going to be much issue. I will say I'm not currently impressed with the way that this guy is drawing aggro, but maybe we can change that. And that does it. That's the 14th monster defeated. You were the MVP. We were all thinking it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good job, Lance. Now we just go up here and we dump some ether into this bad boy, which is good because we've got so much ether. Hey, wait a minute. I just realized once we hit level 40, can't we go back to the Danag Desert and activate that Hulk as well? I think that's what we've been waiting for, is maybe level 40 it was. Might have been maybe a bit higher, but I think once we're level 40, we should be able to handle anything that's out there. And I realized I could go to a campsite right now and use all of my bonus XP to go ahead and level us up to level 40. Probably, I don't know, I haven't actually checked, but I'd imagine we have enough XP for that. But I'm not going to, because right now it feels like we're the perfect level to be in the area where we're at. Everything around us is about level 30-ish. I feel like if we go too far ahead, the game's going to become a cakewalk. And as much fun as it is to not struggle with combat, stomping all over everything can get old. You know? You want a healthy amount of challenge. Also, this Hulk has been rebooted. Quest has been completed. The Pharaonis Hulk was rebooted so that it's up and running again. You can now use the newly arrived Nippon Caravan. And the rest stop. We're going to very delicately drop down here. There we go. We have a abhorrent amount of money. We have a repugnant amount of money. The amount of money we have is absolutely, definitively disgusting. How much money do we have? We have 220,000 G. How much does it take to use a fabricator? 900! What are we gonna get for this? Come on! It's a walk in the park for us, really. We could spin this thing up. I wish it would let me use it more than once. I mean, obviously, I can use it more than once, you know what I mean? But what I mean is, I wish I could come up here and hit use, and then change it to, like, you do 1 use, 2 use, 3 use, 4 use. You have a bunch of uses in one go, and then that way I could spend a whole bunch of money at once. I mean, I'm not looking to waste money. We might very well come into a point in the near future where we need those resources. But for now, we're going to collect these. And then we're going to open up our chart here to see if there's anyone who can benefit from some of these items. So yeah, looks like in Colony 4.
Time well spent, I'd say.
Time well spent indeed. I don't really know if it was any of those items that we just got, but here we go. Got another one from Colony 4. Love building up our affinity. What we're looking for is we're looking for big ones like this, right? Affinity 200. That's nuts. 30 isn't so great. 28 isn't so great. Because I think that means that we've done it before, and we're looking for some fresh ones. Alright, we'll back out of that screen, because that's the most we can do for right now. There's a bunch of... okay, you know what? Let's go talk to Agroro, and see if they've got a little stone for us. What this? No window shopping. Do you know Shilshil? Shilshil not like hard work, so send human to Agrogro. Take this and bye-bye. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Thank you. At least if not Papana. At least if not Papana. Papana think you too clever by half. Anyway, if friend is not customer, then kindly make like tree and get out. Gorgoro, I don't know if that's how the saying goes, if I'm honest with you. We did clear out the monsters around here, though. Only want to offer thanks. Perhaps some non-pawns, not so bad after all. No, look at that, we're curing racism. Or speciesism, even? Is ether cylinder topped up? Man, not quite. Enter Urian tunnels and swipe teensy bit of ether. Back in not long, okay? Cool, no pawn levnesses. Alright, I think we've done all we want to do here. I mean, I guess we could take a look at what they're trading, although I can't imagine I'm going to want to buy anything. Did I just buy one of these by accident? Hopefully not. They're super common. Accuracy during the night, damage dealt indoors. They're so specific. Higher level enemies, that's actually could be useful. Ignores 50% physical defense, boosts evasion by 20% when HP is 30 or lower. See, I don't like really specific items. I think we must have bought something, though, by accident, because he's not sassing us as we walk away. Out of curiosity, before we progress the plot, how much could we level up using bonus XP? Just out of curiosity. I like to check this every so often. I said we could probably get to 40. Oh yeah, okay, sure. Well, if we're ever in a pinch and we need the XP, we can do that. Let's go ahead and save. Maybe when we're close to max level, we'll just use that to get there. We'll just keep hoarding it until then, because what else are we going to do with bonus XP? You know what I mean? Like, what other function does it serve? I wasn't paying attention to how much time we had left on the cooking. Maybe we should try something different. So, XP boost, big XP boost. No, that's the same. Enemy gold boost, though. I mean, I'd like to cook something that we don't have to use a coin for. So, collectible and enemy drop, gold and drop boost. So that's 5 and 10. This is slightly different because it's a collectible boost, 15%. That's such a small amount of boost to each, 5%. It's almost laughably useless. Let's go with, I don't know if we've ever made this one. We'll go with it. It sounds like a delicious time. Boy, watching them eat food in this game makes me hungry. I would love a sandwich and what appears to be blood soup.
I needed that.
Oh, we're just playing our little off-seer tunes. Do we know other songs? I don't know if it's ever come up. We're not going to discuss the no pawn ether situation right now, because instead what we're going to do is, wait, can we actually like rest? Was that an option? Is that a thing you can do at rest spots?
Everyone, get some rest.
No, just discuss. So you can only rest at a rest stop if it is something you need to do to progress the plot. Speaking of progressing the plot, let's progress the plot. Someone who's played more of 2 than I have and paid a lot of attention knows exactly which Titan this is. Just based on the shape and the structure. I could probably just Google it. Oh, but what if I get, you know, like some kind of spoiler? And then I feel bad. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have it spoiled. So we're going to just, you know, if you know and you can say it in the comments section, it's not going to spoil anything, then by all means, please do. Would appreciate it. Otherwise, we're going to carry on past the Stone Titan and continue our adventure. By the way, did they all die at the end of 2? Because it looked like they were just joining the land, like they were landing and then... But did they die? My concern with that is, you know, you have Titans like Gramps, who is a character. He's a fella, he's got voice acting, he's got a heart, concerns, joys, feelings. We know that Blades, in the natural cycle of life into, and eventually become Titans themselves. So... Did the big ones, were they like Gramps? They didn't seem to be like, you know, just common animals. They seem to be some level of sentience when it comes to Gramps. So did they die at the end of 2? Was that them willingly smashing into the ground and becoming one with the land? The new world that was being made for them by Klaus. Was that them willingly dying for that? Did they live for a bit? Is that Alchemoth up ahead? What else was I going to ask? I had another question. I can't quite recall what it was. Now that I'm staring at this, hold on a minute. Let me look at the big map. I think I said something a little bit dumb previously. If we have a look at the affinity chart where I said this must be down here where the sword is, but the sword is like over here. It's set up way earlier with Ethel telling us that we could either go up or below or straight through. So Sword March is like over here somewhere. I don't know what that is down there. I feel like I was in the middle of, oh wait, what is that over there? I have so many questions. I'm going to leave whatever I said unfinished because I don't remember where I was going with it.
Is that? That's Keves Castle, all right?
First time seeing it.
Yeah. Same level of elaborate as Castle of Agnes.
Can also see Great Sword on left.
Are we going through with this?
No. I see it's far too risky now. The area will be under strict guard. But downslope, we could go via the forest.
Maktha Wildwood, huh?
Hey!
Doesn't sound too bad to me.
I reacted because it sounded like Maktha Wildwood sounds like Mac in the Forest. Maktha. Wait, Maktha. Wait. Maktha. Moritha. That's dumb. That's not what it is.
Oh, where? Hell, never been this far in before.
Me neither. The last time I had an audience with the Queen, she had come in person to the warfront.
We're about to be destroyed. And I assumed reissued? Does that mean the next time we see Ethel, she's going to be 10 years old, fresh out of a pod, and have no memory of us?
Commander Ethel, Fornis forward, Armies Colony 4. Reporting in as ordered, Your Majesty.
It has been some time, hasn't it?
Ma'am, I'm elated to find you in good stead, Your Majesty. That you would grace us with your presence is an honor above my station.
We can dispense with the stiff preambles, Ethel. N?
Mom.
It's Noah. If J is Yorin, then N is Noah. Come on.
Consul N. That's him.
N. The head honcho of Kavesi Consuls himself. The Golden Consul.
Oh no. Are they about to destroy Colony?
The Annihilator. The latest weapon in our military
Oh, should I have
arsenal.
done all the side quests there first?
It utilizes breakthroughs in application of the Annihilation effect.
You've harnessed it.
If that's the case, I'm restarting from the last save, and we're going back there to do all those quests.
Not only is its power without equal, it has another exquisite benefit. Let me show you.
What, you mean right here and now?
Indeed. This will be its finest hour. The Urian Mountains. A terrible shame. Her Majesty has a soft spot for them. Please do not think ill of me.
No, okay. So we're just destroying part of the Urian Mountains. Presumably they've gone somewhere. Because I don't think it actually annihilates matter. I think it just moves it to another plane
What?
or something.
What was that? Just thunder, innit?
Brighter than any lightning I've ever seen. Still ringing in ears.
Where did the light come from?
No idea. But this can't be good.
What incredible power.
Its effective range has no discernible limit whatsoever.
What are you...
I'm saying an attack like the one you just witnessed can be delivered anywhere.
So you mean to use this weapon against Agnes? If you were to use this, then what about the clocks?
Who said anything about using it on Agnes?
Mom?
The next target will be this.
Called it! We knew it! But it doesn't look like it's happening yet, so we might have time to go back. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, very briefly. Is we're gonna... maybe we're going to stop them. Maybe that's the next stage in all of this. Possibly. But what if that's not the next stage in all of this? You know what I mean? What we're gonna do is we're gonna carry on, we're gonna save frequently, and if we stop them, then we stop them, and that's great. But if we get to a point where...
What's this now?
What are you? Like, genuinely, what am I looking at? A Kramit? A stony Kramit? What a funky-looking little critter. No, we've grabbed it. Listen, Mio, we've got it. No worries, all right? Don't even get in a tizzy or anything here. If it looks like it's gonna get destroyed, we either head there, or if it does get destroyed before we have a chance, we're gonna have frequent saves moving forward, so that we can just reload and go back. Dang it, I was trying to avoid combat. This thing is so annoying to fight because of its armor. It's hard to actually hit the darn thing. That was one of the more annoying fights we've had to endure. I don't want to do that again. Presumably this one would be easier, as it's not a special. But now we've got little dinosaurs. No, okay, those aren't long necks. Never mind. They're like anglerfish, I guess. Maybe they're like angler lizards. Lizards! What is an angular lillard? Oh, what is a lillard? Why do I know that name? Someone is named Lillard. Is that the name of Frasier's wife, maybe? No, that's Lilith, isn't it? Lillard. Am I thinking of Lilith Meets Dillard's? The old store? My mom used to go shopping. I don't think it exists. Dillard's probably still exists, right? Or did it get bought out by Palais Royal? Something got bought out by Palais Royal.
Watch the moss, guys.
I don't think it was Dillard's. Department stores were a trip, weren't they?
He says, falling flat on his ass himself.
Gen Z doesn't even know.
Bloody hilarious. You're always taking the mick out of me. Noah.
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, don't come crying if you fall.
You seem like you're a million miles away. Lot on your mind?
Yeah, kinda. Mio!
Thank you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just lost my footing for a second. I'm okay. For now, I'm okay.
For now? Are you not feeling 100%?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm totally fine, promise. Like I said, I just missed my footing.
If you start feeling worse, just say. I don't want you hiding it.
You're a kind man, aren't you?
I'm just being polite.
Oh. Peak comedy. Oh, what was that look she gave him? Maybe we should start shipping, I don't know. That was a whole little moment they had together.
So what was on your mind earlier?
Yeah, that light. I was wondering if it had anything to do with us.
You think maybe... could it have been something that Moebius did? Huh?
We know that they're hunting us. Tyon, you told us before that our consoles were actually the same.
Yeah, I did say that.
After that, nobody said so, but we were all thinking it. The war between Agnes and Keves and the consoles. Or rather, Moebius. They must be connected somehow.
It could be that all the fighting, it might be that it's all orchestrated according to Moebius.
And to them, Ouroboros only spelled trouble.
Since we keep wrecking their flame clocks and all. They must really hate us messing with their stuff, I guess.
So we're one big thorn in their side.
It does stand to reason that's why we're their targets. But it doesn't tell us anything about why our colonies fight. Any theories?
Not as yet. But I figure, isn't discovering that our real objective here, right? If we seek out the city, maybe we'll find answers.
I like that they still don't know what a city is.
We should be able to rest here.
Didn't we just do that, though? And look, there's a Lolaka. Do you by chance have potentially... Not you. Who is this and what do you want? We're here to pick up a stone, make a register. This is a shell thing. Yes, here's a stone for you. Stone Lolaka is yellow. Lolaka find a relationship with humans is very important. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, thank you. Stone very important. Ruggy Scruggy probably lost his sloppy no pawn. Well, whatever. I will take it to Shill. I'm starting to think that maybe that thing that I said about this being Maktha Forest and Moebius, maybe that's exactly what it is. I mean, if we find... I mean, look, it's very obviously based on the name Maktha, right? Like, that's Maktha Forest, obviously. But the I mean, is it not? Look at these ruins. These seem like old Earth ruins. They're very similar to the ones we ran through in 2. And I keep saying we, like we were together when we did that. I played that by myself. There wasn't a Let's Play of 2. Yet, could go back and do it again someday. Would love to replay 2. 2, as of right now, is still my favorite game in the series. I love this one. This one is great. 2 is my favorite. We're going to go grab this container real quick, because it won't really detract all that much from our journey. I feel like this is the sort of excursion that's perfectly safe and reasonable, because it takes us all of 30 seconds total, and we get some really useful things like money and all-terrain charts and gemstones, which are useful for crafting gems, and we need them. And then we can carry on over to here. So we're looking for a no-pawn city and U.S. interstate highway signs. Ooh. Hi, Maktha Wildwood. Tell me that isn't just Maktha Forest and Moebius. But why those two?
Those Moebius mooks, they make my feathers stand on end. Ending people's lives like it doesn't matter. Ugh, what a sick joke.
Their word for people like that? Know what Nopon say?
No idea. Tell us?
Super villain pon.
Riku, what does that mean then?
It be the extreme bad guy.
Ah, I think I get it.
Mama? What's up, Manana?
Ben, Onoa and Mio and friends, supervillain pon.
You're labeling us?
Labeling. Because friends used to end lives also. That not make them supervillain pon?
I mean, it's not like we ever had a choice or anything. It was them or us.
So when no choice, not fall under definition then.
None of us ever fought because we wanted to. It's just how it worked. How people worked. And the world.
So, world is supervillain pon.
Huh?
Since it make everyone do nasty things. World is bad guy.
The world is bad. Huh, I never thought of it like that.
Now that you mention it, what in the world are we even here for?
I wouldn't strain your brain too much.
Sounds like you have.
What gave you that idea?
Cut the snark, just tell me.
The end point of it is suicide.
So what?
If you don't want to hurt others, you'll end up denying your own right to survive. Eventually, you come to the conclusion that the world may well be better off without your presence. The only resolution then is to erase the self, to die. See? Pointless.
Isn't that taking it too far?
Yes.
The world doesn't just vanish because you've closed your eyes.
What?
The moon. Think about it. Why is it that the moon shines? Just because we're watching? Of course not. Even if humans were gone, it would shine on, illuminating the land beneath. And yet, we're the ones that give meaning to it. We say bit dim tonight, or looks brighter than usual, eh? Similarly, we can now imbue the world with meaning or change it. It's a privilege we were lucky to obtain.
And that's the power of Ouroboros.
We're obliged to use it. We can make a difference.
So we don't become supervillains.
That's one thing to aim for, at least. Right?
I suppose one thing I haven't considered with my constant conversations about X and whether or not we're on Mira is the moon. There are so many moons on Mira, and we only have the one Earth moon here that's no longer there because it was only there for the cutscene. It only ever existed for the sake of a Noah monologue. So I guess that kind of ruins the theory, but then again, these games are wacky, wild, and weird. Who knows what might happen next? I might be stuck in here. I'm not. I can get out over here. See, life goes on no matter what. There's treasure down there. That's a bit off the beaten path, though. That's a thing for us to figure out later. Like most other things, eventually we'll backtrack.